Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's um let's just get off on a good point of knowing what is the point of knowing who is good peoples out of the revolution of change and the revolution of something that's good, something that's holy in terms of believing in God, in Jesus, and being God-fearing person. And pretty much that's about all you can do. And a good way is to pray every day and stuff. But knowing that all along that we go through situations that are unexplainable, and then at the same time something that's fearful in a way where you would think that you may pass on what is your logical point of knowing what to find that is right. But the thing is though about the structural impact of certain people that how you would say should know things that are important, and knowing 100% about what evil does, and then everything what evil represent. And mainly you would think that you would be out thinking outside the box and being more inventive and more creative instead of thinking inside to being suppressed and just sound like a broken record, in that terms. But then at the same time, you got certain people that are, how you would say, tribal in a way where you stay at a certain section of a spot that has nothing to do with real tribalism coming together as every race, color, and creed. Who bleeds the red, who bleeds the blood, the red, the same red blood, and everything, pretty much. That's pretty much how simple you have to think of what makes sense in terms of what really motivates you in something more than literally being somebody. And then knowing that having good common sense and just over time getting over the racial tension of what's going on in the world. And pretty much, it's something that's always been that way since America was born. And at the same time, you go through racial attention where you have back in the slavery time where you have Caucasian people owning slavery and pretty much just, brainwashing them, thinking that, you're the type of people that are bad, or some terms. And then to a point where at a certain time, back in I'd say back in the 50s, when we thought that our brothers and sisters would come together and join together into a fight that would I would say declare victory and just come together, talk to each other, touch each other, hold each other, and things of that sort, and just realize, that we're the same. We are the same. No one else can tell us any different, because if they do, they're talking about tribalism. But mainly, you don't hardly ever hear any Caucasian people talk about their own race of people. Just African Americans. And at the same time, I've grown up I've been knowing this for over 33 years of knowing of how African Americans think, in a way where they would beat up Caucasian people because they're white, in the most ridiculous racial slur you can ever imagine, up to a point where you just saying, you know what, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna tell it like it is. I'm gonna tell it like I see it. What's really happening, what they're thinking, and what they're saying. Talking about African Americans only come together for African Americans. That's a racial term. Instead of coming together as every race, color, and creed. That's the idea. That's what we've been trying to tell you. But of course, you would think that if they think that way, then they're liberals. Of course they're liberals. Because the fact that the way they think is just annoying. Because they don't think outside the box. They used to be so smart. I mean, you talking about someone who is so smart and so high intelligent that they would just be everything. They can be anything they want. If they want to be Irish, it can be Irish. If they want to be Mexican, they can be Mexican. If they want to be white, they can be white. If they want to be Indian, they can be Indian. They want to be Chinese, they can be Chinese. They can be anything they want. That's the idea. It doesn't matter what you want to be. It's just like Dr. Martin Luther King says. It's dependency of, I would say, it's dependency of your character, of yourself, of who you are and stuff and everything. It doesn't matter what you do or what you are and what you want to be. That's the whole point, You just can't sit there in one spot and just think the same thing like a broken record being suppressed. No, come on. It's time to get outside, to explore, to hike, to surf, to bungee jump or something, or skydive, or anything. Do something that's inventive. This is something I couldn't even do as well at the same time. But this is the beginning. Yeah. This is the beginning where a revolution is going to start, where it's going to be a change. And a type of change that has something to do with just exactly what I'm saying, that, the old saying is something that is just ridiculous. It's just pointless, tedious. You know, pretty much you would think that, you know, it's only the beginning where the thinking process of what liberals has on their mind is just really messed up, and really up to a point where they want to worship devil worshippers, become exactly devil worshippers in a way where they will call the fact that they're devil worshippers, so get used to it and all that. And then you got Muslims terrorizing the country, running over people with trucks, and you got, like, you know, liberals hunting down Trump supporters, killing them, going into churches and massacring them, killing them and everything, talking about, like, oh, this is bad to have Second Amendment. Why do you even think that they wrote down the Second Amendment? That's important in the terms of, you know, literally what really is important in the terms of, you know, the importance of Second Amendment stuff. Because the Democrats will say, oh, Second Amendment is bad, and I want you, they would say, I want you to get rid of your guns. To do what? To get for everybody to get killed by a brainless, senseless person that has no sense, has no thoughts, no feelings, no conscience, no anything like that? No. Because at this time, you never want us to learn anything that's valuable, of everything that's helpful and that's lifesaver. You didn't want us to have anything that we would want. You didn't want us to come together to see our brothers and sisters and love each other, touch each other, and hold hands and say, we're making it to the promised land. That's the whole point. And that's the thing you liberals and the Democrats don't even want us to do. You get scared of that. So pretty much, that's not good. So that's all I got to say, and I'll have some more. Thank you, and join for the video, and God bless, my friends.